There it goes. It's thinking. It's thinking about it. This game seems to think a lot these days. For some reason. Okay, I kind of like don't like this character, so I want to pick a different character. What should we do, though? What should we do? Man, I wish Pantsless Man was in the game. What kind of build can we find to do? Gas arrow. Who knows if this still works? Alright, I'm gonna call this character. What, really? There's no way they're using that one. Wasp did. Is that Crassus? There he is. Goddamn Crassus. He's not dead yet. Turns out he's not a coward yet. Fireball. Fireball. Spark. I don't want that. Be a sparker. I feel like they nerfed that skill. Like that's what I was told. Oh boy, a glove. Ow. You're back, cat. You're back. Get in. power siphon. Lag. Hi. Can I get you something? Something you need, cat? Occults. Boom. Let's get rid of that. Shard these things. Your tail's in my face. Your butt is in my face. Unleash. Arcane tempo. It's Unleash level 2? No. Ooh. Ooh. Profanity? Unleash. Let us unleash.
How can I help? Anything take your fancy?
Anything for me? Oh, I have plenty of dollars. Why stop? Continue. The ropes in here suck.
Take a look.
I suppose the shields would be in here. Sure. Alright, let's see if this unleashed chaos dot actually works for any amount of damage. It works very slowly, but does work. Ow. One, two. Its ability to do damage. I don't think so. So how does this work exactly? Cast damage per second. Deals more damage for each time it has spread. Yeah, so it spreads when they die. And it's the spreaded one that does the real damage. So once one dies, a whole bunch of them die. So really I want to, like, have a different wand, probably, but... so I can get one killed. Nice. That works pretty well. Alright, what are we doing here? Okay. This is gonna be kind of awkward. Till it starts, like, doing something. Then it might not be so bad. Yeah, this was not the wand to purchase at the start of the game. Makes things really weird. There we go. Get some of these puppies dying. Fix everything. Slowly. Very slowly. I'm gonna bring these bugs over to the head so they can spread. Yeah, I didn't like the other one, man. So I guess we'll play Chaos Dot, the game. Yeah. I saw a sick lich build. Hit me up. I didn't like the, like, thing where I had to, like, press 16 buttons to do my character. And I don't mean, like, in the sense that, like, I don't want to press a lot of buttons. I mean in the sense, like, I had to stand there and, like, press 16 buttons and not, while my character was getting his ass handed to him. And then tornadoes came off. Okay, let's see this. Oh, it's Hex Blasts. Hex Blast, eh? The one I was looking at was like a dot one. But maybe. Maybe. Logged out of Chaos Dot. I mean, this does look like it's slapping. Max roll build. Why does he have Eye of Winter? Oh, it's got a Withering Touch on it. Well, they use it because you can't. There's no profile system. You can't go and look at other people's fucking shit. There's no Poe Ninja. So all you can do is go by what people tell you. Open in Pob. Open in Pob. Dang. This isn't the way I was going initially. Wait, this guy's got weapon sets? What's going on? Oh god. Oh, he's got a staff. What's he casting on weapon set 2? Impending Doom. There's something nice about the gear just being just equip as much energy shield as you can get. Some basic comfort in that. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like on the Merc. It's like I wanted evasion, yes, except I needed strength for something. So, does it tell me what weapon set? Like, what's on the other weapon set? I should be able to suss it out, right? Skill effect duration. What's the green weapon set? Oh, the green weapon set is the curse. Like he must be casting the curses on his second weapon. And the damage on his first weapon. It's all skill effect duration. What is this weapon he's switching off to? It just has a bunch of cast speed on it. Oh yeah, this is the game where like the curses are like your character like takes forever to cast them. Maybe. Does this guy have mana on his gear? Like plus mana? Not really. I guess this has mana on it, but it kind of just happens to have mana on it. I guess int gives you mana. Well, well. Well. Let's put this over here. Question is, what's the like minimum to get this shit like working? Is the thing. Yeah, I don't know, like what gem level even is Hex Blast? It's all the way the fuck down here. So maybe just do this other thing for now and maybe swap. Maybe something swap. I don't know what to do in the meantime. I need a better weapon, though. Not sure how they level that. Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of where I'm at about it. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. How do we get from here to there, sort of thing? What game is this? This is Path of Exile 2. Which, if you have never heard of the game, if you decide to play it, just know that it's torture. You might like it, but it's torture. I need a spell that, like, does damage. Chaos Bolt. The thing is, it says spell damage on it, but whatever. I need to, like, shoot something. Is it still in beta? Yes. It's actually worse. It's paid early access. Absolutely worse. Okay, so I have a skill. I have this thing. Maybe I can kill stuff better now that I have a way to pop the dot. He says as he's paying for it. Now, here's the thing, though, is I spent way too much money on Path of Exile 1, which means that if you spent way too much money on Path of Exile 1, they gave you this beta thing for free. I know that kind of means I still paid for it, but it was free on money I already wasted. I didn't spend that money expecting to get this out of it. If I did, oof. Didn't like the first one? Well, strangely enough, that might mean you might like the second one. Because it's lacking in similarities somewhat. But, you know, it's still a little rough. Still a little rough. God damn it, I didn't get that fucking thing spread. Yeah, the awkward part about Contagion is like the stupid shit where like you want to spawn a mob and have the mob go beside the boss so that you can get the thing to spread at a good damage rate. It's like kind of weird. There. A bunch of junk. Oh, I can go down here and get another gem, I guess, if I want to. Down here somewheres. Crown Blackberry, it's kind of fruity. I sure damn hope so. I sure hope it's kind of fruity. How's it going, Chris? I detect a slight hint of bramble fruit on this one. It's not horrible. I mean, I expect, like, if it's flavored, that it, you know, it'll taste pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be, like, tasty. Because it's kind of, like, engineered to taste pretty good. If not, they've certainly failed in their mission. Hunted by the fabled stag. It's been, actually, I don't know if I've ever had a flavored Crown product. I think I've only had, I don't know if I want to use the word straight, but like unflavored Crown products. If winter would end, amen, brother. I think we're supposed to get snow the next 2 days or some shit. Not that I'm particularly a summer enjoyer. I'm kind of more of a, like, sweater weather kind of person, I think. I don't really like the heat, but... Okay, so... Here's this guy. Over here. Oh, I couldn't bring some mobs in with me? You have to mow your grass year-round? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how much snow you got wherever you were before, but where I am, the mowing the grass just gets replaced by plowing the driveway. So it doesn't really get any better. There's so many balls. Salted caramel? Yeah, I heard a lot of people really like the salted caramel Crown Royal. Pennsylvania. Oh. That's definitely a little bit worse than Mississippi. But I'm in Atlantic Canadian provinces where we basically get more snow than anywhere else in the fucking world. I can't remember, but it's like, I feel like I looked at the numbers and it was something like Newfoundland is like in the top like 3 places in the world that gets the most amount of snow. It's like Newfoundland and like some shit in the Scandinavian regions. And I'm not quite in Newfoundland, so it's not that bad, but it's still pretty bad. feel Saskatchewan is up there too. I don't know. I'd have to look again, but it was like the average snowfall in Newfoundland was like really stupid. It was like a lot. I'm in New Brunswick though, so it's not that bad, but it was like the average yearly snowfall was like 250 centimeters a year or some stupid number like that. Sure, we had a lot. Yeah, I don't know that I would consider this year, at least for us, to be notable. We just get a lot all the time. You can keep it. Yeah. That's just the way she goes. That's just the way she goes over here. Do I care about that little witch hut? Like, I probably don't care about that. I just gotta go to the Red Veil or whatever. Which I think is usually on the bottom half of the map, but I guess that really maybe doesn't mean shit. Yeah, but I haven't been doing too much. I mean, again, we did do the, we did do ooh, sorry about that. We did do the Crown Rye on 2 weekends ago. I think it was 2 weekends ago we did Crown Rye for you guys. But for the most part, it seems like I've been doing rums. Rums have been coming up right now. But of course we mostly do whiskey anyways. Am I day drinking? I'm not consuming alcohol right now, but I'm an overnight worker, so I typically do an hour of spirits-related content around 11 o'clock Eastern Time. So I tend to work, and then we do stream, and then I go to bed. Good dark rum. Yeah, I think most of the ones I have are aged, except for like that Smith and Cross one. I think that Smith and Cross one's only like a year and a half old or something like that. There are a few unaged rums that are of interest to me, but I don't have access to the ones that I'm interested in. So like there are some rums, and I don't know if you've heard of them, but like I think they're from Haiti, but it's from a distiller called Clarin, and they're wild fermented. So like they have some kind of like weird spontaneous yeast that they use when they ferment the rum. And it like produces all kinds of wild, crazy, interesting flavors, which you probably wouldn't want to age that, because then you would like hide some of what makes it interesting. I know a lot of the rum heads are like really into like unaged rums, because there's some kind of really weird, crazy stuff you can get out of unaged rums. Like things that are like really don't feel like they should be an alcohol flavor, like pizza or cheese or stuff like that, like kind of like crazy, weird, savory kind of flavors. Of course, with a healthy dose of, rubber, gasoline, and latex. Maybe some rotten tropical fruit in there. Yeah. That's the thing though, and it's weird and like I was in that place at one time where I didn't get it, but I got it. I kind of get it now. Once you like explore all the nice flavors and the nice fruits and the nice sweet caramels and the vanillas, you're like, well, I've done that. I've done that many times. Can I do something more interesting? And more interesting is like lemon pledge and gasoline with a hint of cheese. that's that's where you end up. Kind of in the same way that like I really enjoy Isla Scotch, and that's got lots of flavors people would find challenging, like medicinal components like iodine, or what's another good one? Tar, burnt rubber. Of course, they're like on top of like smoky notes, right? Like campfires and barbecue and that kind of thing. Grilled meats, barbecue sauce. Where is the obelisks of power? Seems like you're fighting endless hordes of demons with just the same attack over and over again. Yeah, I only have 2 abilities right now, but I mean, it's kind of like my character is what, level 5. So I mean, it makes some amount of sense. Oh no, I didn't use the fountain. So I kind of like have a dot, like this dot, like makes them purple, does like a damage over time. But if the monster dies while they have the dot on them, it pops and spreads, and the spreaded dot does like way more damage, right? So kind of what we just want to do is like dot 1 and then use this like crappy little poke ability to pop it, and then it kind of spreads and blows everything up. That's kind of like how this spell works. But of course we're very early on in our character's lifespan. Or we'll quit the game. That's another option. We can always just quit the game. That's always an option. So like I dot them, and then I poke this one, and that spreads the big dot, and this starts to die faster in theory, and then that would spread it to more, and then they all die eventually. Without me having to really do anything. Of course, that wasn't enough damage to kill those ones, so it expired. There's one. So when we have lots of monsters, shit just gets fucking dominated. So it's like a weird kind of like spell where like the more monsters you have, the better it works. When you might think typically you wouldn't want to overwhelm your character, it's like a kind of character that wants to be surrounded by lots of monsters. Because then it spreads exponentially. course, this guy's gonna be a pain in the ass. Does temporal bubble reduce dot tick rate? For some reason my brain's telling me that might be a thing. Alright, here's another one of these. It's going very slow. Did I already do this one? Why does this look like it's... Oh, I technically didn't apparently defeat all the monsters from this one. That's annoying. Is it just this one guy? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Alright, where's the last one? Does this go anywhere, this little thing? Probably. There's probably like a whole other area over here. Ooh. Alright, boss time. Boss guy. Boss thing. This will probably take longer than I want. I guess I just gotta keep, like, making sure these guys blow up on him so he gets the good version of the dot. Ow, I stood in it. Really smart. You have to go to the dump today. That's different than normal. Normally you just say you have to take a dump today. Did you get your toilet fixed? Or I guess I should say your water. excuse to get more beer, I guess. $12. Oof. That's a big oof, brother. That's what we call a rough one. Essence drain.
Is a projectile that deals chaos damage over time. This damaging debuff can be spread with the contagion skill.
Essence drain. It's a classic. It's a classic combo. Essence drain, contagion, classic. Classic combo. Cast speed. I guess I should go see if like any of these are like blow upable or whatever. Benchable. Nah, it probably wasn't worth benching that yellow, but whatever. It happened, we did it. We be like Elon Musk and ID this wand to the vendor. This one's is big suck. Any better? Oh, better. We like better. Do I have any support gems at this time that I would like to use? I can steal them from my other character too, I suppose. What do I actually want on Essence Drain? Swift Affliction? Yeah, basically. Basically, yes. I don't have Swift Affliction, though. I don't have any of the things. Any of the things that I want to put on there. I don't think there's anything in here that I want to put on here either. So, whatever. We'll have to wait till we get some more support gems. I'll free the lad. Then we'll advance the game. Goodbye. We gotta go find the little entrance. Here we go. Now our character's working as intended. We go boop, and then boop. I said boop, and then it spreads the essence drain everywhere. And everything dies. Classic combo. Contagion, Essence Drain, classic. Uh-oh. What's happening? Crassus? Crassus, the server eating shit. Help. Crassus, are you okay? Did you die? The server is completely eating shit. I did it, he says. I did a map. I beat the game. The server just fucking imploded. Okay, can I play? Seems okay. The question is, you completed a map, but did you have fun doing it? Did you drop any loot? I heard on a grapevine that the loot's fucking dog shit right now. You got an exalt. Well, there you go. You got something. Rares, extra mods and shit. I don't know, like maybe it's like unlucky, but what's his name? Crip was saying he was doing some like really giga maps and like he was just getting like trash loot. Like he did a giant map with like 60 rarity on it and it got like one rare at like the whole map or no rares or something. And he did a rare chest and it dropped nothing. Maybe bug, I don't know, but okay, where does this guy want to go? This guy wants to go up here and get more of this kind of thing. Okay. We'll do what this guy says. He's played the character more than me. Oh man. Fuck. Dead end everywhere. The hell? That one didn't get contagioned. feel like my Contagion's like AoE is like too poopy. It used to be like fatter. Oh, I also watched that bit where like Steel logged onto his Screamer from last patch and tried to play the game, and it was dog shit. Yeah, when his characters like got goated items on. So that build seems like it's dead. Even though it's like one of the builds that like the game tells you you should be able to do. It's like, here is this build in a can. You scream and it puts corrupted blood on them. And then you try it and it's dog shit. It's like, oh, why did it tell me to try this? Ow. Uncut support gym. Essence drain, swift affliction. This is how we do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying this character or more than I was ever enjoying that fucking other character. But we'll see. We'll see what happens if I end up in a place where I have to press 16 buttons to kill anything. Pretty sure chaos leveling is actually good early. It feels like it is. I mean, I feel like I'm wearing like, I feel like my character's naked and things are still fine. Whereas with like that Merc character, it felt like dog shit the whole entire time. Until I was making tornadoes, it felt like complete dog shit. And then after I was making tornadoes, it kind of just felt like if I did my combo, everything on the screen died, but it felt like shit any other time. You want to hear the meme? Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Is it that the server lags like fuck? Is that the meme? Hello? Hey. Oh. It's not me. It's definitely not me. Or you want Canada? I don't know. I want Washington, D.C. for some reason. Why the fuck am I on Washington, D.C.? Yeah, I will. If I can, like, fucking exit the fucking shit. What is happening? Does it get better ping to Washington normally? Why is that? My ping is better to Washington. Why is that? God. God damn, what the fuck? Is Canadian internet that bad? No, for some reason, it's put me on Washington again. Get me out. Mr. Cap. Can I change it from this screen? No. It says Canada East. How is my ping? How is the ping to Washington D.C. better than it is? Isn't Canada East in Montreal? Isn't it? Or is it in like some stupid place? I thought it was in Montreal. There's no way my ping to Washington D.C. should be better than to Montreal. There's no way that should be right. Why even have a Canadian server if your ping to Washington is better? Are we this fine Tuesday? Not too bad. Not too bad. So much of the internet is hosted in Northern Virginia. I mean, maybe. But it kind of was like, why do we have a US East or a Canada East server if our ping is still better to Washington? It's not like kind of fucking scuffed. Anyway. This instance is on Washington. I need to get out of this fucking instance. I need to make a new version of that zone. Oh yeah, it's starting to hum, dude. It's starting to hum. What do I want on top of this now? This guy has Zenith. Deals more damage while you are above 90% of your maximum mana. Fair. Or considered casting. Considered casting must be down here. Yeah, so is Zenith. I always seem to be at full mana, so this kind of just makes sense, right? Oh, it's humming, dude. It's gonna hum. Watch all these little shits get fucking murdered, dude. Gotta run some errands? Alright. Yeah, we'll be doing some alcohol when you get back, probably. Ow, that hurt. Mr. Bee's Knees, how are you? Stun threshold, as if that does anything. Yeah, I wish the only thing I wish is that the contagion Spread AoE was a little bit bigger. I feel like it like is too localized. It like popped, it like fizzles out too fast. Thriving! Ooh, that's a new one. Thriving. I'd like to hear that. It's gonna be thriving in this economy, you know? That means when it gets better, it'll ascend. Good thing about being online is you can say anything. That's true. You can say anything. That being said, don't move to like the UK or Germany. You can't say anything online there. It's actually kind of fucking backwards. I can't fucking believe some of the shit that goes on over there. It's actually crazy. Hashtag not too political. Oh, it's humming, dude. This dot, it loves this little shit area with lots of monsters in it, dude. It loves that. Look at it go, dude. Look at it go. I don't have any room for that piece of shit. Let me crush this stuff. Yep. Yep. I'm glad. I'm glad I scrapped the other character. And hopefully this character will continue to not feel like shit. That other character felt like shit. You respec or start over? I got rid of the tornado. Well, I still have the tornado guy, but I just made a new character, completely different character. I was kind of allergic to like I don't know, like it's probably good, but it's like the whole thing where you have to stand there and like press a 6-button combo for your character to do anything. I was having a hard time with that. I like stand in front of mobs and do nothing for like 5 seconds and then they would all die. And it just feels really clunky and terrible. When instead you can like cast the dot and have it just spread and have everything meld, dude. That's like so much better. it's so much fucking better. Feels like my character is not like a barely functional, like duct taped together like hunk of garbage. It's actually like kind of working properly. I could put Withering Touch on the Chaos Bolt. I'm going to need this eventually anyway. So maybe like I'll just throw this on E. That way I have something else to do.
Let me teach you the power of the Eternals, Maracat fiend. Right of the full moon. Conquer! Me!
With Swift Deflection on, I don't actually have very much of a window to fuck around with, because the Essence Drain actually doesn't last very long. Ow. Almost like makes more sense to just make sure I don't randomly die. Yeah, so long as I make sure I have Swift or the Essence Drain on this guy, it'll just die faster, I think. I'm worrying about Chaos Bolting him. Nice. Yeah, just feels like way less shit. Lazarus ring. Oh, it's an iron ring. Look at that. New and interesting. Okay, the other one's got to be over here somewhere. Oh my god, this fucking invincibility guy. Chaos resistant? Okay, see you later. I could take a medium life flask. Look at them all die. They're dying. That's what we like to see. Contagion up. Contagion up. Does contagion up increase the radius, the spread radius? I think it might. Crassus bullied isn't dead. We're proud of him. Not dead yet. Testing new filter site. You mean one that's not NeverSync? Isn't that blasphemy? Is that allowed? You mean there's competition in a market where like the only payment is the gratitude of the people playing the game? Dog shit settings for poe2? Yeah, may as well be. I just randomly installed the thing because I didn't really have anything else to go by. And I didn't want to think about it. I mean, it is the time to do it. This is the time to try to fucking steal. I'm gonna say steal his business, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like not really a business. It's kind of just like the guy does it out of the goodness of his heart, and people pay him to do it. Gets ad money for sure. I can't believe that the ad money is like even remotely comparable to what he gets in donations. I can't imagine. Turn off your ad blocker on his site. Oh, it's terrible, is it? I had no idea. Where is it? Is it up here or is it down here? Yeah, it's going to be down there because I'm going up here. Yeah, of course. Not enough checkpoints. Too much backtracking. Zone's too big. Can't even go to that checkpoint. I didn't discover it apparently. Oh my god. So fucking rude. How about you just die? Ever think of that? That feel when you like contagion 3 mobs and then accidentally essence strain the one thing that didn't get contagions. Feels so bad. Time for the super secret loot. Super secret. Nice. Smell sabbies. So you're saying there's a better filter I should go get? Oh, never mind. I guess you said you were testing it. Unconfirmed. 100% worth your time? Okay. It was a pain in the ass to learn how to use fucking NeverSync's website, so if it's less annoying to use, that would be a plus. Do the tutorial. Fuck me in the ass. Do the tutorial so that you can learn how to correctly see the items drop in the game. Why does this have to be a thing? You'll see what I mean. Okay. Let's go.
Your soul will join my steeple of death. Your meaningless life ends now.
Ow.
The spirits yearn. The soul is mine. My beloved Asenia.
I wish I had despair. It feels like it's something I'm missing, but I know it's just early days. It just feels like I'm sitting here waiting for this man to die slowly, and I'm like, in my brain, I'm going, if this guy had despair on him, you know, I would have to wait less long. Ow. Ow. Like, don't do that. That's really fucking rude, actually. Movement speed? Movement speed? A belt? Woo! Woo! Oh, I need to actually share this. Boom. Why did I have a ring? Fucking throw it on the ground, brother. At this point, I could use a two-handed weapon. I'm not really using the wand's ability. Acquires level 10. I guess I'm almost there. Hold on, Lachlan. I want to just get a quick ding in real quick. Then we'll kill you. Why aren't you guys giving me any experience? Where's all the monsters? The heck? The heck is going on here? So if I put this on, my SS strain DPS goes up. No, it goes down. How? How is this possible? What? I'm so confused. Huh? Oh, it's because my mana's done at 90%. Oh, I see. Okay. That's why. It's time, Lucky. Let's fight, brother. Time to duel. I definitely still want to be on one-hander, I think, but this is just better for right now.
My family.
My shield basically doesn't do anything, so
They're dead.
it's all upside to put this on.
I must make them pay.
Must make them suffer. Run, run, run. As fast as we can. I'm the gingerbread man. Ha ha ha. You can't get me, Lockie. Lachlan. Look at you melt. You sack of shit. Come here. Where the fuck are you doing? Haha, slowed you, idiot. Boom. I mean, it's not a fat ring, but it's a ring. It's a ring of some kind. Not much I can do with that shit. So does this not work? It wasn't really applying. Oh well. What the hell? My beard got caught in my microphone. There's a Mosley here stuck in it too. There it goes. Oh my god, it's so much better than whatever the fuck I was doing before, man. These things are really annoying, though. You're really annoying, too. Maybe upgrade? Ooh, level 11, though. chaos resistant? Oh, fuck that guy in general, dude. I just want to grab this. Can you go away? Fuck it. I don't need it that bad. Ow. This shit is gnarly. Is it this guy? No, it's just these, like, crabs, dude. They're kind of just nasty. Fine. I'll kill you. Stupid fuck. I think I need the, like, anti-poison thing. Do I even have that charm? No.
These over time. I will treasure it.
Alright, do you have anything for me? Fire skills?
Stay safe if you can.
I got 38, 10, and 10 life. Life and res, life. Life all minion skills. Not that that helps that much, but. Get in there and get the old checkpoint. So I don't feel bad. Trying to find this shithole again. Ow. Man, these little fucks really slap. You try to cast on them, and then they hit you with their shit, and it fucks. I need movement speed on my boots, man. This is like not playable.
This is no lost man,
Holy shit. I think my build's OP. Is this a ritual enjoyer build? It feels like it is. I don't even have to press any buttons. I didn't even do anything.
Didn't break a sweat.
I guess I'm going just straight up. Straight up. Oh no, actually it goes over here and gets this. Also gets this. Oh, I see. Yeah, we'll go this way. That was backwards. Where's the bellman? The bell chicken. Oh, here he is. The bell chicken. For whom the chicken tolls. I wasn't paying attention. Chicken man, chicken man.
Corruption spreads like wildfire. Shall be safe.
Chicken man, take the chicken by the hand. What does this appear? Spell damage.
Just some odds and ends at night. I never have my collection. Thank you.
31 and 12 on a shield. 40 and 40. Excuse me? We might need to have that. Do you think? Do you think damage goes up when we put this on? Yes. Very much. Any chance this would be good? Any chance? Not bad. Our damage went up. It'd make a big number go up. We like that. Here, do you want this? Now, do you have anything for me? Those are pretty fucking shit, Batman. Gotta say, those are some pretty dog shit ass items. Boom, boom, boom. So, what's left? We gotta go find the little cultist hangout. Probably down in this corner somewhere.
Ah, yes. Yet another whisky. Quickly.
Oh, there was a checkpoint. Holy. All right. Okay, so exit this. Come over here. Let's change some info. Okay, where were we here? Hi, Sleepy. You forgot to eat. Well, that's all good. You got 2 into your book. Well, that's not a bad thing. All right, we gotta see. We need this and this. This. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 7. Six. Okay. Banish the tumbleweeds from your chat and become a fictional linguista. Fuck you. Daddy's back. Welcome back. Let's do this first. Where are we at? Oh, this one. Six. What am I missing? Oh. Wait, what's the order here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're knocking shit over, Adriana. Then this one. This one. This one. What? What, Puss in Boots? You don't have any boots. I don't know why I called you that. You're showing your butt to the world again. You know, this is really not... This is really not how this is supposed to work. You're supposed to save that kind of content for when they subscribe. Don't do that. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for them to subscribe before you show them your butthole. You can't just be giving that away for free. My goodness. Look at you. Bought my microphone some more, yeah. Alright, so today we're gonna do another can you not shake the camera? We're gonna do another rapid fire. The next 10 reviews. So I guess this would be bottles that out of the 50 bottles we've rated, this would be bottles between rank 21 and rank 30. So we're getting into the mid-range scores here. The ones that were pretty good, but not the best. And I need your butt out of the way if we're going to do this. To be honest with you. So that means if you want to sit, that would be good. If you want to sit. No? You just want to do this thing where you wander around and get attention? My goodness. I need this space. The space you're occupying, I need to make use of it. Yeah. And I also am going to need both of my hands. So really this laying on my hand thing isn't going to work too well either. There's a good spot. Yeah, you can sit there. I'm glad we made this arrangement. Alright, so like I said, today we're going to do some more recap of my 50 review milestone here, live on Twitch TV. If you want to come join us 11 a.m. Eastern time. I do alcohol related segment, spirits related segment. So we're going to do kind of a rapid fire of 10 bottles that for me ranked roughly in the mid range. So that's like straight in the middle, not the worst ones, but not the best ones. The ones that did okay. That's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So first one, and this one scored 55 out of 100. So to be clear, the way that my system kind of works is like, so long as it's between 49 and 64, we call it good. So all these bottles are considered good, in the good range. So they're all good. But this one, kind of a weird one. This was the Lot 40 Explorations Peated Quarter Cask Strength. And again, this is 100% rye whiskey that was finished in a peated quarter cask, which is probably a Lafroig peated quarter cask. But we don't know if we're 100% sure. 55.5% ABV. This is an odd one. Again, it's interesting. It's something that's like wild and weird and funky. But it also kind of like didn't really feel like it worked that well. The flavors, despite being at cask strength, were not that prominent. I didn't get a whole lot of depth of flavor in this too. It did have like a interesting like wintergreen skull kind of note, which is kind of cool. But missed a lot of like the rye notes, like the licorice and root beer and this kind of thing, or dill. It kind of like ended up like being like sort of grassy and not that flavorful. But it did okay, not bad. I expected more for this proof and for this price point. But if you're in for something weird and interesting, maybe. Maybe. Next, I rated this 56 out of 100, and this was the Hibiki Harmony blended Japanese whiskey. So this one, again, it's smooth. It's got a little bit of Mizunara oak in it. So there's kind of a little bit of that like coconut meat buttery thing going on. But other than that, it kind of drinks like almost like a regular old kind of bourbon barrel-esque blended scotch, except it's got a little bit of Mizunara peaking and very smooth, kind of a delicate whiskey, but especially for the price, didn't super duper impress. Again, this is like where I am getting fairly expensive. It's almost at 200 Canadian dollars for one of these, which it just does not drink at that price point at all. The value's not there. But I guess that might be like normal for Japanese whiskeys. It was okay. Cool bottle. Nice, but nothing amazing. If anything, it gives you a little bit of that like tickle of Mizunara thing going on, but I don't know how much of that Mizunara is actually in the blend at the end of the day. Okay, so next off, and I rated this one again 56 out of 100. This is Teeling, the Teeling single malt Irish whiskey. Now this one is kind of different because this is a fairly old bottling of this. I kind of looked at their website, and their newer kind of Teeling single malt is completely different casking than this one. So this is one that was bottled in 2018. This is a fairly old edition of the Teeling single malt. I think the new one is like got different barrels. But again, it's the interesting part about this one is there's 5 different wine barrels on it's finished in. If I can remember right off, it's like sherry, Madeira, Cabernet Sauvignon, White Burgundy, Port, something like that. It's a lot of different wine. A very winey whiskey. Not that it complains. But again, it's the same kind of thing. You get a good wine hit near the mid palate, back palate. But aside from that, that's kind of like the most unique thing about it. Nothing too crazy going on aside from that. Pretty tasty. But it's not like you can detect all those wine barrels in there. It's kind of just like, there's wine character about it, but didn't really kind of make those wine notes kind of known all throughout. So it ended up being like that crazy. Not bad. Not bad. Next one. A discontinued one. This is the... Again, 56 out of 100, we rated the Compass Box Oak Cross, which I think this was discontinued in 2021. So this is like a bottle you can't get anymore. Again, it was it's okay. It's got some toasty notes into it. But it's also just kind of what you'd expect from bourbon barrel blended scotch. Some nice toasty characters, a little bit malty, a little bit toasty. But nothing you should probably go out and search for. You're not missing anything by trying to find one of these on a dusty or secondary market or something like that. Probably a reason it got discontinued so early on. And I know like Compass Box is like under new ownership and they're changing a whole bunch of stuff. So I think they're discontinuing a lot of their kind of older line products. But I would not go searching for this personally. It was okay. And by okay, I mean good. These are all good. They're like they're good. They're not bad. But we're starting to get up there into the more interesting ones. So this one, 57 under 100, so we bumped up a little bit. This is the 40 Creek Confederation Oak Reserve Canadian whiskey. So this is the one where they have it finished in Canadian white oak. That's the Confederation oak, I suppose. This one does have some interesting components to it. It's very buttercream on the nose. You get some of that on the palate. Maybe a little bit of like raisins too, despite the fact that there's no like sherry really involved here. But the most notable thing about this for me is its strong buttercream notes, which is not something like, sometimes you say that about whiskeys, but this is the best example I've ever had of buttercream. And it's not like any other kind of like buttercream sort of note. It's very like obviously buttercream to me. But of course it's also 40% alcohol, nice, approachable, creamy Canadian whiskey. Nothing complicated about it, but it's got some good notes, some good flavor impact, 40% alcohol. Pretty tasty, something a little different, not terribly expensive. Pretty good. Next up, 58 and 100, we rated the Maker's Mark 101 limited release proof. And I joke that 101 is a limited release proof because I think it was like travel retail, or it was like distillery exclusive and travel retail. And now it's like fucking everywhere. I don't know. It's not limited at this point. And again, it's a step above, I think, your typical kind of like run-of-the-mill bourbon offering, especially your run-of-the-mill Maker's Mark offering. The problem with this one for me is that near the back of the palate, early in the finish, there's like a real spike in spiciness and a real spiky spice note. And like I kind of like love the palate, like cherry cola notes and stuff like this. But this one particular part of the whiskey for me, like almost felt so unbalanced. It's like the spike and spiciness was just completely out of proportion for all the other flavors going on here. So it kind of like lost some marks for me in that kind of area. Aside from that, pretty good. Maybe you like that spice kind of thing, but to me it was just like too heavy-handed, too spiky on spice notes for me to like kind of give it a better score. Maybe that'll like change in the lower bottle fill, but it hasn't really changed for me so far. So it's good. Again, these are pretty good. Again, we're almost in the 60s, so that's pretty good. We're above the average at this point. So these are all above average ratings, I suppose. Next one. It's another discontinued Compass Box product. Compass Box, a spice sherry, and somewhat when we started rating stuff, I did prioritize like bottles that were older, that were low fill level, that were like, hey, we got to get this reviewed before it gets empty, kind of thing. And some of these are older bottles I've had for quite a while, and of course, like this one is like extremely low fill level. You get like maybe 2 or 3 grams left out of this thing. But again, this one, not bad. I seem to think this one had like apple cider kind of notes to it. Again, it's like pretty decent. It's typical to me, like spicy ex-bourbon blended Scotch kind of notes. You get like those orchard fruits. You get some like vanilla and spices, this kind of thing. It was pretty good. But again, it's one of those that like, I think this is a favorite for people because it's like, you know, good whiskey, good price point, well crafted, but it's also not like anything that is like mind blowing or that you know super special. At least in my opinion. I don't know how much the stocks of this will remain because this is just freshly discontinued. There might be some around for quite a while still, but I'm not sure that I'm going to miss this particular offering. Again, it's good. It's pretty good, but nothing I would like be wowing over at auction or something like that. All right, next up. 59 out of 100. We got the Sneaky Bourbon, the Rabbit Hole Cave Hill. And again, this is the one that does say Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And there is a rule about straight bourbon whiskey where either it has to have an age statement or be at least 4 years old. And while it doesn't look like this has an age statement, it does have a sneaky 3-year age statement like on the back. So this is technically a 3-year-old bourbon. And it kind of like, again, this Rabbit Hole distillery kind of like talks about how it's crafting things are like a little different than your typical bourbon. This is a particular, this one in particular is a 4-grain triple malt mash bill. It has honey malted barley in it, malted wheat, malted barley, honey malted barley, 70% corn. And it kind of like the notes when you read about this and what kind of drew me to it is kind of like there was notes that kind of resembled Scotch, like apples and citrus and honey. The palate and nose that they talked about on their website looked kind of like Scotch more than like a bourbon. So we were kind of curious if this really like was a new dimension on bourbon notes, and it sort of is. To me, you can tell this is bourbon when you drink it. You know it's bourbon. It's not like fooling anybody. But it's very not, it's dialed back on the sweetness. It's not, to me, it's almost like a bourbon with a lot of the sweet notes stripped out of it so that you can kind of like showcase more of that like fruity and spicy characteristics. So that was kind of an interesting thing for me. Again, it rated kind of pretty well because it was kind of just doing something that other bourbons kind of don't really do despite being clearly bourbon. So again, it was pretty good. Not bad, but didn't wow me though. It didn't really like, kind of like really surprise me. Like, oh, I can't believe this is possible in bourbon. It still kind of was like bourbon, but a little different. Something a little different. I think they have like a PX cask too, these guys. We might try that at some point. That sounds maybe good. Maybe. What else we got? Next one, so 60, we were at 60 out of 100. This was the Redbreast Lestau edition. So this is a 9 to 12-year-old Redbreast, which again is a Middleton / Jameson product that is entirely matured in sherry from this particular Lestau brand, I'm assuming. And again, to me, this one, again, 46% alcohol, a bit of a bump up compared to the Redbreast's like 12-year. And this one doesn't have the age statement, but to me, that extra alcohol really kind of shows more flavorful. Of course, it's more like on the sherry characteristics because it's sherry matured. But there's like a nice butteriness on the palate for this, and kind of like overall the like strength of the flavors kind of really made it obvious that it overshadows like the 12-year-old. I don't know about the 15, but that bump up in ABV I think did a lot of favors to kind of make this a more appealing offering. The 12-year to me is kind of just a little soft, and this kind of kicked it up a notch. So pretty good, not bad. And the last one we got, so this is number 21, is the Glendronach 12-year-old Highland Single Malt Scotch Whiskey. So this is a one that's a mix of PX and Oloroso. So no bourbon nonsense going on in here. this one is always like, to me, richer and darker than other sherry offerings. Like almost like gets into some of those nice like leather and tobacco notes that you don't always get in sherry. Not like all super turbo on like the raisins and fruits, and it's got some other kind of deeper, richer notes that I kind of like. Really love this whiskey. Very tasty, but kind of like the added dimensions to it are not that wide. It's heavily sherried 12-year-old Scotch and doesn't do too many other things. So 60, we scored over 60, pretty good, not bad. So yeah, that's our kind of like mid-range reviews. And then next up will be in the upper echelons of the 50 that we did. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. How long was that? How long was that? I'm trying to like, man, I feel like I have so much to say, but I don't want to like blab forever about each one. I'm kind of trying to like not like go super in depth about everything, every little thing that. See, that was still almost 18 minutes. I really am not going to get that below 15 minutes, I don't think. Not for this many bottles. Because I feel like I was belting it out. Because I'm so used to like when we do like full review, I'm so used to like sitting here going, well, this one is 43% alcohol. It's from the Suntoi Yamazaki and Hakushu distilleries. It's a mix of malt and grain, using a mix of barrels, including bourbon, sherry, and like I can't say all that. I can't say all that for everyone. I'm just trying to hit the highlights, just hit the highlights. And the worst part is putting all these away in the right place. So hopefully we'll get a blue spot here pretty soon. But I did get something that I told you I was gonna get, and I thought it'd be interesting because like we've been waiting for this one for a little while, right? You fell asleep? That's all right. You're allowed to fall asleep to the dulcet tones of my low range voice. That's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, so again, if you guys didn't know, Glenmoe is one of the few distilleries doing it right. They're one of the few ones doing it right. So, we don't know for sure, but my understanding is the macroeconomic trend in Scotch, at least, is that we're off a high and we're going into what's called a lock, which is just a Scottish way of saying a glut. There's more Scotch in barrels in Scotland than ever before, and the demand is going down. So typically what that means is there's more than enough whiskey to go around. And eventually you would think, well, they have to sell that whiskey eventually. The barrels are going to sit in maturation, but they got to sell that whiskey eventually. So what has to happen is if they're not selling the way they're offering their products right now, they have to offer either more products or they have to make their existing products better. So one of the things that they can do is, as whiskeys become more popular, you see a lot more offerings that don't have an age statement. That means they can be any age, at least 3 years old. And a lot of the products, like the ones we just talked about, you know, they don't have any age statement. This Redbreast has to be at least 3 years old. There's no age on the packaging. And there's more and more of these products coming out recently because people have been buying and buying, so they want to release more and more whiskey, but they don't have enough stock to put a number on the bottle. But of course, as maybe less people buy and supply is increased because we've made so much whiskey, you're looking like creamsicles. That's a flavor note in this too, creamsicle. It's like perfect, isn't it? Sometimes you get that vanilla orange thing out of this particular whiskey, and I think they deliberately did that. But the idea is that over time, they'll have to release better products to create more sales for themselves, because if they don't, then their competitor distilleries are going to, and then eat their lunch. But not very many distilleries have made any changes yet, except Glenmoe. So this is our Glenmoe 10-year-old, the original, which has been around for years and years. This is discontinued now because now they're releasing Glenmoe, the original 12-year. So this is the same whiskey, completely ex-bourbon matured, but the liquid is 2 years older. And frankly, it was like the same price. I don't know what it is in some markets. In some markets, I think the price went up a little bit, but it's like the same price. So the thing is if Glenmoe knows in the future they're going to have so much whiskey, they're kind of getting ahead of the curve and upping their age statements now because they know later they're going to have so much whiskey. Pretty smart. So that's one of the things we wanted to do when we found out about this is compare the two. So again, here's our Glenmoe 10, which we've had for a little while now. And this has been the standard Glenmoe, the original age statement for years and years. This is newish packaging, new wave packaging. They used to have a more like traditional old man's Highland Scotch kind of look, and this is kind of more like new and funky. But if you see this box, man, or this bottle, you know it's Glenmoe. It works. You know it is what it is. But now again, they discontinued this 10 and are now releasing it as a 12. So basically, same whiskey, 2 more years minimum. Boom. So ever since we kind of found out about this, I've been trying to like save our 10. So here's the 12. I think it's pretty clear that the 12 is darker. Like no doubt. That being said, I'm not 100% sure if Glenmoe plays games with the color. I think they do. Yeah, I think they do. So despite the fact that we want to look at these and be like, hey, we're getting better liquid on the 12. Look how it's like a shade darker. Truth be told, that might be E150 coloring there, where they made it a shade darker just to make you feel like you're getting a higher quality product on the 12. But because they know people are going to do this comparison. But we'd like to think that it's because it's better liquid. I mean, it has to be at least 2 years better liquid. And they're also doing it, so this is the one that's confirmed. But again, we also know that it's happening to what used to be their 12-year-old, because some people think, well, this is the 10 and this is the 12, but this is the 10, the original, and this is the 12 La Santa. So it's not quite the same. This one has sherry in it. The 12 La Santa has sherry in it. Of course, that one's going to be quite a bit darker. But we know that this is now being released as a 15-year-old instead of a 12. So as soon as I found that out, I went and got a 12, because when the 15 becomes available in my market, we'll, again, see what we're in for, going from 12 to 15 on the La Santa, the same way that we're going from 10 to 12 on the original. So that'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting little comparison to see, like, hey, you know, is there much, if any, real difference? And of course, this 10 has been open a little bit longer, so it might not be a fair comparison until this is open for a little bit. But the other thing to say too is, again, these are both at 40% alcohol, and I think La Santa is at 42. No, 43 for La Santa. But just 2 years, again, so in Scotland, you lose 2% of the whiskey roughly every year to angel share. So even this jump represents 2% losses in barrel whiskey. So that means that there's less water in a 12-year 40% alcohol than there is in a 10. So that in itself should make some amount of a difference. But it would be interesting to see, like, oh, there's actually a bottling date on here. That's kind of interesting. I actually didn't see this. It's very faint to make out. This was bottled in on August. No, this is, wait, is this American? No, it's European. So this was bottled on May 8th, 2023. This one. And this one was bottled on October 23rd, 2024. So again, this bottle is going to be quite a bit newer in the line, but I'm going to kind of expect that it'll probably be like a more thick, slightly more flavorful product. Obviously, it's the same whiskey, so it's not going to be anything completely, totally different. But the idea will be like, hey, you know, is it obvious we got an upgrade here? Which hopefully it will be. Hopefully it doesn't just taste like the same whiskey. That's the test that we'll put ourselves to. So that is forthcoming. Just wanted to share that, a little sneak peek, I guess, for those of you who are here. And I'm going to be posting another sneak peek in the Discord today. Some other things. And the other sneak peek I posted on the community news in the Discord server. That is shipped, so that's coming. But we should just do a little taste of something. So let's just see what this will provide us. We'll do a little blast of something. Again, normally we do blind samples on Tuesday, and I do still have all my blind samples. But the thing is there's like 70 something blind samples right now, and I actually have like 125 whiskeys. So we're behind by like half the collection in blind samples. So I'm trying to find the time to fix that before we get back into blind samples. I need to order another box of sample bottles. Because we're accelerating this ship very very quickly, which is good. It's a good thing. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Do you think this has port in it yet? Do you think? Do you think it has port in it yet? We'll do a little sip of that. That's a good one to try again too. No, you don't think so? I noticed they actually had on sale in Alberta the one that's like Angel's Envy Rye finished in Caribbean rum, and I was like, maybe you could try that, but at this point I'm still trying to find the port in the regular one to try to find the rum in a rye. It's gotta just be me, right? Surely, Temple, surely everybody else finds the port in this. Why else would they buy it? Can't be just because it's smooth and fruity bourbon. Craft Cellar still has the cask strength Angel's Envy on sale too, but it still feels like it's a lot for what it is. I'm getting some good buttery volatile aromas right now, though. That's not really exactly what we're looking for, but I am getting them. And again, for me, this one always had the port characteristics on the aroma. It's that when you go to take the sip, it's like, well, this is smooth, non-abrasive, approachable bourbon with not much of a spice spike, a little bit of oakiness and sweet flavors, but it doesn't have like that place where you're like, there it is, there's the port notes. That's like the problem, at least for me. And yeah, like I definitely detect like that port barrel on the nose. You get a good amount of like red fruit characteristic that is more than like the cherry you sometimes get off New Charred Oak Barrel. You could tell there's a very sweet red fruit port element to the aroma. I just want that on the palate, you know? I want that to hit on the palate. And the one that, and again, the bottle that I think of that really drove home port as like needing time for me is this one, this Glenglassaugh port soy, and this is a peated Highland single malt Scotch whiskey that has a port barrel involved here. It's also got bourbon and sherry, but it's also got port casks. And to me, it was like, oh, I can tell this has port on the aroma, but when I get into it, it's like all dark, sludgy, earthy notes. Until like this was open for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden, that port was hitting so well on the palate. I was like, wow, there it is. There's the port. I taste it. Really impressed with this particular offering, actually. Quite good. I definitely recommend this particular bottle, despite the fact that the distillery is now not producing whiskey. If you can get a Sandan to do it. But that's what I wanted in this one. I want it to be like, hey, here's that port you were looking for back there. Here it is. It's there on the aroma. I just want it. I want to taste it on the palate, so I feel like it's doing its job. You have one job, Angel's Envy. Show me port on a bourbon. That's your one job. All right, Angel's Envy on the palate. Cheers. I don't know. If it's there, it's like the best place I get it is like halfway through the finish, I can kind of taste it. And it's like volume at like 20%. It's not hitting very well on the palate still. It still tastes like a very smooth, nice, approachable bourbon. And honestly, for that, not bad, right? Like it still tastes pretty good. It's just, it's not doing the thing I want it to do. It's like, to me, it shows up on the finish, midway through the finish, like at like 20% volume. It's not like, oh, there it is, mid palate, boom. You know, give me like a dark toffee thing, or like a, you know, plum thing or something like that. But it's so nice on the aroma. Like, it's clear. It's so clear to me on the nose, it's in there. There's a nice redder, sweeter fruit, a richer sweetness than normally you get with bourbons like this. You know, you can tell it's been bolstered with a port finish. But maybe it's got to be cask strength for me, man. Maybe it's just my palate's too shit, man. I needed that. I needed that cask strength. Don't get on the palate, man. I get it. Like now, on the finish, like at 20%. It's in there. It's in there somewhere. You spoiled your palate with the good stuff. That is kind of true. That is a thing that can happen. Because if you say don't drink a lot of whiskey, and then you take like a 40% alcohol scotch, take for example the Glenmoe 10, which I think Glenmoe 10 still tastes good. It holds up well, but this is going to be like so much more flavor if you drink scotch like once a year than if you drink scotch every day. You're going to go to this and be like, well, there's some flavor, but it's not what I was hoping for. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe, you know, the deeper you get into something, the more you need the better stuff to be satisfied. But I would be satisfied with it if it was if it felt like it was hitting a little bit. And I just feel like it's not hitting at all on the palate. It's in there. It's on the nose. It's on the finish. Womp womp. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here. I appreciate your support. If you want to know more, you want to see more, you want to be up to date, join the Discord server. That's where all that's the apex of this broadcast is on the Discord server. So it's in the YouTube profile. Just click there. It's in the TikTok profile. Just click there. It's in the Twitch profile, but also we have the Discord command. So hit us up on Discord. That is where everything's at. That is my only social media source. I'm not on Twitter, so if you want to know things about the broadcast, right there, boop, on Discord. More things are coming. I got things to get caught up on, but to some extent, there's other things going on in my life, not that outside of normal, that are taking up some amount of time. I got to do some extra stuff today to do with that, I think. But we'll get there. Thanks for being here. And we'll keep on chugging. Wait. Oh, I just noticed something. Interesting. I was going to kill the stream, but I noticed... It's weird. It's not much of a big deal, but I noticed that the Glenmo 10, it doesn't have a blue line, but this Glenmo 12 has like this blue line right here. Not that that's relevant at all, but they changed the packaging somewhat. Look at that. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Fresh crack tomorrow, by the way. We're opening a new bottle tomorrow. So we could open this, or we still have the Harrison Ford did that, maybe. We still have, what do we have? We have the Martel VSOP, we have Bushmills Black Bush, we have Highland Park Cask Strength. What else is down here? There's that Balvenie Week of Peat still down here. Oh, there's the Aberfeldy 21. And some other things. So if any of that sounds good to you, fresh crack tomorrow. And more. Always more. I think that's everything. See you guys next time. Peace.